How do you handle academic pressure without burning out?
Oh.
Unfortunately, you don't. Sorry. I mean, I've seen some people who act like they do. I don't know if, like, who seem like they do, not act like they do, who seem like they do.
They do have burnout or they don't?
They don't.
Oh,
Like, they
sorry.
just
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going, and I'm like, how? Me personally, how do you handle academic pressure without burning out? I don't think you really do. I think it's just part of the experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like I felt burnt out when I was doing that law subject that I failed, and I was just like, I don't want to try anymore. I'm done. I'm over it because so it gets too much, and it's exhausting, and the feelings are really overwhelming. And you know what? It's okay to feel burnt out. It's okay to feel exhausted and be like, I'm not doing this. I need a break. But if you do want to handle it, it's going back to our previous conversations of like, you must take time out for yourself, because that is the only way you can handle burnout. And now that I'm getting to my mid-20s, I can say that whenever I am close to burnout and I feel like, okay, I don't care anymore. I don't care how well this goes or how bad it gets. I physically and mentally take a step back and just recuperate and rest your mind and your body, because burning out isn't just an emotional thing, it's a physical thing as well. And you really need to move away from the thing that's causing you that. And if it's academic pressure, you remove yourself from the situation, or you tell people like, I'm really not comfortable talking about this, or this makes me really uncomfortable. You set boundaries, because I noticed even in VCE, what really stressed me out and sort of almost caused me to burn out was like, you know, when you get out of a sack or you get it out of an exam, like, so how do you think you went?
Oh my
how do you
God.
think you went?
Yeah,
How do you think
exactly
you went?
where this is going. And then when they start talking about like, did you get this answer for this
Oh my
question?
God.
Did you get that
Oh
answer? And you're like,
Yeah.
nobody asked. I don't remember.
And then you're like, did I even get to that question? Or like, was that my answer? And then people are discussing questions and their answers, or like the result comes out, it's like, oh, so what did you get? What's your score? Oh, okay. It's like that. I feel like that is what causes academic pressure. It's like, and to an extent, even you put pressure. Like, I know I put pressure on myself for sure, and that's what almost caused me to get burnt out. And it's just understanding that all you have to do is try your best, and not make yourself feel like your whole life is based off of you doing well or like passing on that one exam or question. You know, it's as we were discussing, life goes on, guys. I mean, and to stop burning out, that's what you need to do. You need to set boundaries for yourself, take a step back. And I know these answers may seem really repetitive, but I feel like in practice, they are so hard to get right. Even I get it wrong, and sometimes like I just have to keep on going. But when you get burnt out, you can't keep on going. And if you do, it's not going to be your best effort or your best work. Is that what is that what you really want? Because that's how I dealt with it as well. It's like, okay, I'm getting close to burning out. Okay, if I am burning out, or if I am burnt out, what do I need to do? Okay, I will close my books, I'll walk out of my room, I will take some time to not sit in my room. I'll close the door, maybe go out for a walk, maybe get a coffee, I'll maybe go hang out with my dog or my sister. Like, change your environment as well. And yeah, I think that is the advice that I would give about academic pressure. It's like, remove yourself from the situation, and if it's the environment and if it's the people, you can't remove the people, but you can set boundaries with them.
You need to leave. You get out.
Yeah, but you can remove yourself from the situation, or you can say, I'm really sorry. I'm so glad you got that mark. I'm so happy for you that you were able to accomplish this. I just don't feel comfortable discussing this. It really stresses me out, but I'm really happy for you and I'm really proud of you. And like, just maintaining that open line of communication as well with your peers or your loved ones as well, I would say.
I think part of it is like recognizing like the signs of burnout as well. As Chetna mentioned, it's like that apathy. It's like, I don't really care anymore. I don't really have empathy for anyone else anymore. And to like just know that that's not normal.
I think that's the biggest thing as well, acknowledging, because a lot of times people just are in denial about the fact that they're burnt out. Like literally everyone around them could be like, you're about to burn out, and they're like, no, like I'm fine, like this is normal for me. And it's like, no, it's not. You need to take some time off. But if you're not going to acknowledge the fact that you are about to burn out or you are in burnout, then there's not really anything that you or anyone else can do about it. So
and it will just, if you don't acknowledge that you're going through burnout, you will, in my personal experience, the work that I ended up doing was subpar. It was not up to my standards, and my relationships with the people I loved and the people around me suffered. And then what happens is, it's like a vicious cycle. People will get mad at you, you'll get mad at them, and like it just keeps on going. So I agree, the first step, like what Ruth was saying, what you were saying, like acknowledging that you're burning out, and the cause in this case is academic pressure.
I think it's really important to listen like to the people around you. Like sometimes you might not recognize that you're burning out. So I remember back in like first year of uni, I was like studying for the end of semester exams, and my grandma at the time, who was like living with me, was like, look, I think you don't seem like you're doing well mentally. And I think that was like a really it was like a big wake-up call for me, because I probably didn't even realize that I was sort of not doing well, because I was just so focused on studying.
I agree. I feel like actually taking that feedback is also a really hard pill to swallow. And I'm so glad that you did like take a step back, because that's good on you, honestly, because I know when I'm in that situation, I feel like everything that the other person's saying is criticism until like I reach that
what do you mean? I'm not Are you saying I can't handle it? Like, how dare you?
Until I reach that conclusion. And I hope that people don't make the same mistakes as I do, and really listen to what people are saying around you, because they love you, they care for you, they mean well. And they just don't want you to feel like crap.
Also, it's like you can start putting things into place before burnout happens. There's like prevention. Like, yes, inevitably, when you're at like week 10, week 11 of uni, you're gonna be stressed. Everything's gonna be due at the same time. But if you honestly, this is so basic. But like, if you start the work early, if you have a structure in place that you can fall back on, and like because you're not going to be at your best mentally at that point, and you're going to have to take time off, but at the end of the day, you still have like 3 things to do. So when you're not at your best, when you're just trying to work through the haze and get to the end goal, because sometimes that's what you have to do, just have things you can fall back on, like have that structure in place is my
and I think that goes back to our previous discussion of like self-care and like how do we do self-care, how do we make sure we're taking time off for ourselves as well.
So I think before you start your semester, guys, set up a nice calendar.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like even if you can't schedule it, make sure that you have like set up I guess you have a setup of some sort where you're like, okay, or a backup plan. Okay, I might do this activity, or I might go talk to this person. It's like, hey, look, if I get stressed out, I'm gonna call you, or I'm just gonna bombard you with messages, or and just keep that avenue open, as you were saying. Which, that's so true. It's so basic, but it's just so. I feel like the easiest things are the hardest to get right.
Finding a balance is really hard.